Miss Nugent.
Oh, thank you, Jerry, and the same to you.
Oh, I thought I'd just pop round and take your measurements, like. In the stock room for the new shelves.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, yeah. I'll only be a jiffy. Can I go through now?
Yes, Jerry, please do.
Well, did you get any tall, dark fellas crossing your threshold last night, then?
What? Oh, to let the new year in?
Aye.
No, just the usual crowd, Jerry. Me.
Well, I'd have come and done it myself if I'd known. I know I'm a bit on light side, but I could have brought an extra lump of coal just to make up like.
Well, as a matter of fact, I did have a miniature bottle of whiskey ready, just in case.
So nobody let the new year in, then?
No, I'm afraid it just wafted in by itself.
Oh, hey, have you had any developed yet?
No, I've still got a few to go on this roll.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they come out, won't it?
Yes, I do hope they're all right. I've been very careful with my focal length and shutter speed.
Well, you can't expect miracles first go, can you?
To tell you the truth, Jerry, I'm not really expecting photographs.
Oh?
I think emulsion's a wonderful thing. Just lying there in the camera, waiting to receive the image. To be transformed. The human eye must be even more wonderful. I mean, it is possible for man to make this, but how do you make an eye?
Aye. Well, I'll see you in the morning then. In the morning.
Oh, yes.
Hey, it was terrible about that volcano, wasn't it?
Terrible.
Aye. Well, I mean, you don't expect them to erupt right in the middle of Coronation Street. I mean, all that molten lava.
No, you don't. Molten lava?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm so late, Mrs. Hudson.
Oh, you're all right, it's only 1:30 and nobody's been in.
Oh, what an afternoon that's been. The traffic in Market Street.
Oh, I know. You know, one of these days it'll get that bunged up, they'll all have to walk home on top of their cars.
Do you know, at one point the bus was so slow that a man on the upper deck began to sing I'll Walk Beside You Through the World Today. Honestly, I nearly joined in with him. Will you have a drink with me, love?
Oh, thank very much, Mrs. Walker.
Well, it's the least I can do. A glass of sherry?
Lovely. Just put an edge on my appetite.
Good.
Oh, evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Mount, isn't it?
That's right. I was, looking for Mrs. Tanner.
She won't be home yet, dear.
No, not till after 6.
She won't wish that, will?
Haven't to give her a message?
No, it's all right. I'll drop in again tomorrow, huh? Excuse me, ladies. Oh, and, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much, love. Happy New Year to you.
Many of them.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about that, Mrs. Walker?
Oh, I don't know, love. It could be something to do with the telephone.
It could be, perhaps. Blooming big perhaps. Oh, hey, I didn't tell you, did I?
What's that, love?
Our David's lost his job.
Oh, I know, love. I know he won't be playing football again. I was ever so sorry about it.
Oh, no. No, I mean his job with the social club.
No? Why?
Well, Sid Lambert says the one goes with the other. It's like a perk, do you see, for getting another player.
Well, that means that David's got nothing left.
I know.
Well, you'd think they could stretch a point, wouldn't you, even if it's only for a few months? It's scandalous, it really is, Mrs. Ogden. I don't know what to say.
I'm worried about what our Stan's going to say. He don't know yet.
Well, whatever he says, I'd be in complete agreement with him.
If I know our Stan, he'll be charging up to Sid Lambert's house and thumping him.
And I, for one, wouldn't blame him.
Depth of field varies according to the aperture number. For example, F22 yields great depth of field. A low aperture number, for example... Oh, hello, Dennis.
Clickety-click, it's 66.
Oh, yes. Happy New Year, Dennis.
Happy New Year to you, too.
We'll soon be in the 3rd millennium, won't we?
What?
2000.
2000 what?
Anno Domini.
Oh, yeah. I'll be, blooming heck, I'll be 57.
Will you? Well, I'll be almost... I don't know where the last 20 years have gone to. I mean, one moment it's VJ Day and the next...
1966. Yeah, it does food you a bit while you're not looking, doesn't it? Hey, have you got a glove to match that one?
Oh, we have a pair somewhat like it, but Not quite this quality, I'm
Oh, I only
afraid.
want one.
One?
Yeah, left-handed one.
Oh, dear.
You see, I get a pair of gloves every Christmas, and then a week later I lose one. It's a sort of tradition with me.
Well, they do come in pairs, Dennis. The manufacturers make them like that. It's a sort of tradition with them.
Couldn't you say a one-armed fella come in?
Oh, we'd still have to sell a pair.
No wonder they say don't shake hands with a Greek. How much is a pair?
22 and sixpence.
Oh, all right, I'll have to have them. But don't tell me, Mum, will you? They're supposed to be a present from our Linda in Canada. Only Mother, dear, tends to get a bit overexcited at times, similar to a maniac. Hey, it's a nifty bit of camera you got here.
Oh, do be careful, Dennis.
Oh, don't worry, Miss Nugent. I've looked through a few viewfinders in my time.
Oh, I didn't know you were interested in the art of photography.
I'm not. It's just the money. It's a right con game, is this?
Yes, I believe they do quite well. All those baby photographs and weddings. Or rather, the other way round.
No, I was thinking more of all that stuff in the women's magazines, you know, upside down, out of focus and underdeveloped.
Out of focus?
Yeah. Do you know that we're sitting on a gold mine right here? Slag heaps, gasometers, slag heaps, everything, abattoirs. They go a bundle on them down in London.
Well, the Lake District and parts of Cheshire.
Of course, you need a decent model. Now, if I could have found a jean shrimp, then I'd have been laughing. But who wants to look at Sandra Petty, grinning like you're from a slag heap? I mean, how out of focus can you get?
Are you sure you'll be happy with these, Dennis?
32 mil. I've got a lens at home that I could put you away.
Oh, that's very kind of you, Dennis.
I've got a close-up lens, too, I think. Is this the box?
Yes, you're not taking it away, are you?
Less than 10 minutes. Miss Nugent, this is your lucky day.
Oh, Dennis, please.
Now, I
very
don't
kind of you.
mind the stuff's there, so you might as well have it. But if it'll make your mind any easier, you can take a few bob off the gloves, put it down to staff discount.
Oh, hello, love.
How do you feel?
Oh, all right. Sort of, you know.
Have you come up with anything?
No, not really. Been racking my brains all day.
What are you doing now?
Oh, it's just a letter I'm writing to the editor of the local paper.
What for?
I want to find out if he wants any stuff writing about football. Or sport, generally.
Oh, David, come off it.
What do you mean?
Well, you're not a writer, are you? Your Ken did most of it for you.
They might have helped a bit.
David, even I know you can't write. I bet you spent all afternoon doing that letter, haven't you?
Thanks very much.
Oh, love. I mean, they did your column because you was a professional footballer, a local name.
And now I'm not.
Now, you're not. It's very, very sad, but we've got to put up with it.
What do you want me to do?
Well, you can stop walking around with shell shock for a start. I mean, worse things have happened.
Oh, yes, I'm aware of that.
Right, what we're going to do about Sid Lambert?
What's he got to do with it?
Well, I would have thought just about everything.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm finished with Sid Lambert. Well, you were here. You heard him.
I know, I heard him all right.
Well?
Well, you're not going to take it just lying down, are you?
Oh, what the heck else can I do? Oh, I didn't know you had a camera, Dennis. What do you use it for, then?
Oh, I use it a lot for taking photographs of my samples. It saves carting the old range round.
Oh, all right, good idea, that.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? What have you got your little woolly combs on for?
Well, it's my tracksuit.
Oh, well, all right, I'll take your word for it.
Yes, well, you see, I keep myself fit. I don't just hibernate for 6 months a year like some.
Yeah, I know, get disgusted with myself. Comfortable, but disgusted. Will you have a fag?
Oh, no, I never touch 'em.
Why do non-smokers get so blooming sanctimonious about it?
Well, they're filthy things, them.
What do you do for laughs, Jerry?
Well, I just look after myself, you see. Hey, have you got any film in that camera?
Yeah.
Right, well, take a snap of me, then.
I don't take snaps, I do studies.
Well, let's see if you're any good. Just take a study of me.
Luke, mate, I've forgotten more about this game than Lawton Norton's picked up yet. Besides, I can't. I need a flash.
You've got to flash your banana. Here. This is what they call a flash shield.
Yes, you're right. All right, I'll take your photograph.
All right, then. Now, I'll see. Just, how do you want me?
Well, not like that for a start. You look like a sack of coal tied loosely round the middle. What else have you got on?
Well, I've got my vest and shorts. I was just going down to Harriers to do a couple of dozen turns around track line.
You fill your evenings with magic, don't you? All right, we'll have a sporting shot in your gear, eh?
Aye, all right, then. Hey, you haven't taken one, have you?
No, it was just this flash, you know, it goes off even if you do a bit of heavy breathing.
Right, see, I'm ready then.
Well, come on, give us a body beautiful pose. If I took you like that, they'd say we're trick photography.
Well, what about you? You look like a runner being out of breath.
Now, don't get personal, Jerry. My sort of figure's getting very fashionable.
Well, come on, Dennis, I can't hold this up for long.
Well, come on, pull your gut in.
Well, I'm pulling it in.
Yeah, you could have fooled me.
Show us your badge.
Well, stroll on. I've seen better muscles on a pork chop.
No, look, that's solid, mate. That is solid.
Get away. It's just the way your vest is riding up.
You what? Now then, you don't get muscles like that sitting around the house all day smoking. Come on, I'll flash you. Muscle for muscle.
Jerry,
Huh?
have you ever thought of plastic surgery?
Oh, now look.
That's all right. Just wanted to capture the right mood.
You're a right cabbage head, you are. It'll be a right feeble photo, will that?
It was sheer enchantment, Jerry. All human life was caught on the wing.
Oh, well, I should give it up if I was you. I should take up painting, me numbers
Just
or
see what the birdie has to bring, Jerry. I think you'll find it has a certain merit when it's developed.
Oh, Jim.
Oh, no.
Hey, I'm jiggered.
Ah, you look fair wore out. Want a cup of tea?
Ah, thanks. The sooner they bring this leisure hour business in, the better.
You shouldn't have done overtime, love.
No, I felt me age today.
Ah.
Look at me, 27 and finished.
Stan, I've got something to tell you.
Hey, you've been boozing.
Well, Annie Walker gave me a couple of sherries.
I wish I got a boss like that. All I can get's a carton of milk.
No, well, it was only 'cause we was talking, serious-like.
What about?
Well, you won't do anything reckless, will you, Chuck?
Listen, love, I'm flaked out. I need a store to suck me beer with.
Well, it's about our Irma and David.
They haven't. Never.
Oh.
You know.
Oh, no, have they yet? No. No, well, it's about David, really.
Well, what about him, then?
Now, you promise you won't do anything, Stan?
Listen, love, I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about. A married fella gets in trouble 3 ways. Either he leaves his wife, lost his job, or finds happiness. Is it one of them 3?
The one in the middle.
Left his wife, lost his job. Lost his job?
Said Lambert sacked him.
What, from club?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't believe it.
True, Stan.
What about the mansion?
That's gone as well.
They've left him out.
Well, there'll be a bit of compensation.
Oh, that's just conscious money. Oh, wait, they've thrown him on the slag heap. What did David say?
I don't think it's properly sunk in yet.
Lambert can't do this. You can't do those things these days.
Here, Stan, where you going?
I'm going to word with Lambert.
Oh, no, don't, love. You're tired. You'll only make it worse.
Listen, shut up. Keep my tea warm. I'll be gone about an hour.
Here you are. I told you I'd only be half an hour.
Dennis, you distinctly specified less than 10 minutes. You've broken something,
Well, I
haven't
couldn't
you?
help dropping it in the road. I mean, how did I know a bus was going to run over it?
It really isn't good enough. It really isn't. Oh,
It's a little joke. I found you a lens hood. It fits. I've left it in my other coat.
oh well, thank you very much, Dennis. But,
You know what a lens hood is for, don't you?
no.
Just fits over there.
Oh,
It's for
yes.
shielding the lens from bright sunlight. Not that you'll need it much round here.
Oh, I see.
How much did you say the gloves were?
Oh, well, let me see. Let's say £1, shall we?
Right. Are you doing anything tonight?
Hmm?
With your camera?
Well, I hope to. I've still got a few to go on this roll.
Oh, you've got to film in then, have you?
Yes, well, there's only... Oh, there's only 3 to go now.
Oh, you'll soon polish them off.
Oh, I can't wait to have them developed. I'm dying to see how they turn out.
Hello, Chuck.
Hello, ma'am.
Going to work?
Yes.
Want a cup of tea?
No.
Oh, well, what's it all about?
What?
You've had a row with David?
I haven't.
Irma?
Well, it was just a little one.
I thought so. Go on.
Well, it was David. Mammy just lay down and let Sid Lambert wipe his feet all over him. I felt dead humiliated.
I've spent the whole of my married life feeling dead humiliated.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh, I had a belly full of Sid Lambert last night from your dad. Only with him, it were t'other road round.
Why?
Well, he went out after Sid Lambert's blood, if he's got any.
And what's happened?
Nothing. He weren't in.
Pity.
Don't talk so daft.
I'm not talking daft. He's only doing what David should have done.
Now, look, love, I'm not saying David's right, but your dad certainly isn't.
Sounds all right to me.
Doesn't prove anything, Chuck. Your dad will just end up looking like a daft fool, and not for the first time.
Listen, it's time that you need daft fools. Anyway, Sid Lambert would end up with a sore head, wouldn't he? That'd be summat.
Oh, good morning, Mrs. Walker.
Hello, Miss Nugent, dear. It isn't getting any warmer, is it?
No. And they do say that the winters are getting colder, don't they?
Well, of course, in my opinion, it's the Gulf Stream. You see, it's missing us completely, and little bits of it used to float past the Isle of Man.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, yes, I said to Mr. Walker last night, Jack, dear, I said, if the Gulf Stream goes on like this, we shall just have to have double glazing.
Yes, or winter abroad, as they say.
Oh, yes. Mrs. Cheetham gone to the Canaries again every January.
Mrs. Cheetham?
The Wagon and Horses, love, in Steel Street. Used to be very big at St. Stephen's. Before the new vicar, of course.
Yes, can I show you something, Mrs. Walker?
Yes, love. Could I see a headscarf in chiffon in a lightish blue? Yes, they had this terrible disagreement about the Harvest Festival, you see. The new vicar wanted plastic raincoats and pieces of coal. And, of course, Mrs. Cheetham had always brought this huge basket of fruit. So she said to Nellie Thomas, if he thinks I'm going to church with a bucket full of coal, he's got another thing coming.
Yes. Well, would you like to look at these, Mrs. Walker?
Yes, dear. Oh, no. No, love, not nylon.
Well, these are silk chiffon.
Oh, yes. Yes, much better. Nylon affects my scalp, you know. It's the friction. It seems to discharge electricity through the air. Oh, yes, yes, I like that. I'm afraid I'm very much a princess and the pea when it comes to clothes. Yes. How much did you say this one was?
12 and sixpence. Actually, it's one of our slashing reductions in the sale.
Lovely. Right, love, I'll have that one. Thank you. Tell me, how's the photography coming on?
Well, I'm not quite sure. I completed a roll last night, and now I'll have to wait and see how they turn out.
Oh, well, I'm sure you'll be surprised.
I don't know how I'm going to get to the chemist. The one near me doesn't do them.
What about Mr. Bradley? Mr. Bradley at the end of Victoria Street. He has a complete darkroom in his scullery.
Is he all right?
Oh, yes. It's a hobby with him now, but it was his job before he retired.
Oh, well.
Right, well, I tell you what, love, I'll take them for you now because I'm passing, and either I'll collect them in the morning or Mr. Bradley will bring them round to the Rovers.
Oh, that sounds excellent, Mrs.
Good.
Walker. This is the roll.
Thank you, love. And, wasn't there some change?
Oh, yes. 7 and sixpence.
Thank you very much, love. Oh, dear. Just look at that weather outside. Oh, Miss Nugent, you don't know how many times I long for a beaker full of the warm south.
The Canaries would be nice.
Soaking up sunshine music through your pores. Do you get a lot of catarrh?
No, I can't say that I...
Jack's chest. Sometimes I lie awake at night just listening to it. But you see, dear, he has this awful thing about travel. You know, he'd be a happier man, of course, if they'd never got round to the horse and cart.
I've often tried to pluck up courage to go on a ski party. They say they make you feel most welcome.
Yes, I don't think I'm a snow person, but I do envy Mrs. Cheetham all that sunshine.
You'll just have to lock Mr. Walker in the guards van and then he won't know where he's going.
He's got this dreadful thing about travel, you know. He thinks that you catch malaria and everything tastes of garlic if you get as far south as Weston-super-Mare.
Oh, hello, love. Not working?
I'm on it too.
Sure. Oh, Mrs. Walker's over at Gamma. She'll be back in a minute. Mr. Walker's gone to the brewery.
Oh, don't tell me they've sold out. Hey, Hilda, what's that stuff that James Bond drinks? I never can remember, you know.
3 guesses.
Mr. Coalfingers.
No.
One of those magnificent men in their flying machine.
Ah, how did you guess? You've got second sight.
Well, it was either that or a daring young man on a telephone wire. Hello, Jim. Nice to see you.
Hello, Elsie. How are you? Too late to wish Happy New Year?
Of course not. Happy New Year. What are you doing? Just passing through?
I was sort of a detour. I was looking up an old client.
Oh?
Yes, I called last night, but she wasn't in.
Oh, wasn't she expecting you?
Well, no.
What would you have said if she had been in?
Something about a night out, just the two of us.
When?
Tomorrow.
Oh, and where was she thinking of taking her?
Well, I thought you might fancy a night wrestling, you know. I mean, watching it, you know, then a meal or something later.
I'm sorry, Jim. I don't think your client can make it.
Wait a minute. She hasn't got much choice. She doesn't know you as well as I do, Elsie, you know. And you know I won't take no for an answer.
Jim, her dress is at the cleaners.
Well, all the better we can eat at her place. Soft flights and baked beans.
And a 24-year-old son playing gooseberry.
All right, we give him a cup of bob and let him go to the pictures. Anyway, look, if you see her, tell her I'd be around at 6 o'clock. Huh?
Jim, I can't.
6.
England swings like a pendulum do. Bob is on bicycles 2 by 2. Westminster Abbey, the Tower and Big Ben. The rosy red cheeks of the little children. Must think we all live in Toyland. Hey, have you seen your fella?
Which fella?
Oh, how many other?
If you mean Jim Mount, he's not my fellow. We're just good friends.
Oh, they'll write that on your tombstone.
You know, you're a sight too cheerful just lately, Dennis. Something's up.
Oh, nothing.
So it?
I've just been thinking about my hidden talents.
Well, I must say, love, you've hidden it very well for the last 20 years.
I'm like an iceberg, Mother. 9/10 of me are beneath the surface.
All right, I'll buy it. Which 10th has popped up now?
My considerable genius for the practical joke business.
Oh, I'm surrounded by them. I've just left one of them in the Rovers.
Who? Oh,
No, not him. By the way, what are you doing tomorrow night?
why, is he taking us out?
He is not taking us anywhere. What are you doing tomorrow night?
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that, you know.
Are you going out?
You know.
Don't you want to?
No!
You're turning into a proper old woman, you are.
There's something good on telly tomorrow
Listen,
night.
lads of your age are supposed to be hanging about street corners and getting into trouble. You sit there like a pop dog. Look, I can't teach you anymore. You don't want bringing up anymore, do you?
I'm sitting still for a bit, rethinking my whole life.
Well, have a rethink about tomorrow night, will you?
Go straight in, Mr. Ogden. Now then, let's see. I met you at the club, didn't I, with your daughter?
Aye.
Sit down, make yourself comfortable. She's got a good head on her shoulders as that girl. David's a very lucky lad.
Lucky?
Aye.
Maybe. Nice place you got here.
Oh, it suits me.
Better than Coronation Street, especially when you're out of work.
Aye, I know.
You know. How the heck can you know? You're going to live down there to know that.
Look, lad, I've cotton on to why you're here, and I'm not going to be drawn. You can sit down and have a drink, or you can leave.
Oh, so that's it, is it? What is it, Mr. Lambert? Out of sight, out of mind? Or does the subject upset your dinner?
A bit of both.
Listen, there's a young fella down there, half crippled and out of a job. Doesn't that bother you?
Yes, it does.
Well, it's not showing.
Now, you listen to me. I was born in Gartside Street in a one up and a one down, and most at Ruford reported absent. I'd spent more time out of work by the time I was your David's age than he's likely to spend all the rest of his life.
Well, if you knew what it was like, why did you fire him?
A, it was a club decision, and B, we couldn't afford him anyway.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
We're not a big firm, Mr. Ogden. We work on a carefully controlled profit margin. Sound but not handsome. Them days have gone. But we happen to run the best sports and recreation club in the area. Now then, the firm nor the club can afford to carry a 20 quid a week passenger. We need both those jobs of his to offer to another pro.
But it's still rough on him.
Do you think I don't know that? Look, he was on 40 quid a week, and there's always a bit of risk attached to that sort of money. David knew that when he came to us. We didn't guarantee security.
But what's he gonna do?
I would have thought that was up to him and to your daughter. We gave him a bit to tide him over.
300 quid.
What are you on about, 300 quid? Nobody ever gave me 300 quid, and I wouldn't mind betting the same goes for you.
That's just a red herring. It's got nothing to do with it. You worked him a flanker, didn't you?
All right. I'll tell you something else. When your David's fitting about again, I'm willing to offer him his old job back. Assistant mechanic on vehicle maintenance.
Oh, well, that was said about that.
You don't think he'll accept, do you?
Why not? It's a job.
Take-home wage, 12 quid a week after earning 40. Seeing another pro doing your old job at your own wage. Lad, you don't know your own son-in-law as well as I do.
I still think you...
You'll have to excuse me, Mr. Ogden. I've got another meeting at 2 o'clock. I'll tell you something else. I'd have had a lot more respect for your David if he'd come here himself and done his own talk.
He's got more flaming pride to come chasing after you. So don't you go cracking on, you know, my son-in-law, Mr. Lambert.
Listen to me. Just listen, Mr. Ogden. Your David's so-called pride didn't prevent him ringing me up this morning. Do you want to know why? He wants me to see him.
Eh?
Aye, lad, you might well look like that. Because after this session with you, I'm not sure whether I want to see David Barlow tomorrow or any other time. Now, you have got something to go home and tell him, haven't you?